Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli, and as a mom to a child with autism, every social opportunity counts. And I know he's only 10, but think about the tweens and the teens and the young adults. They need those social opportunities too. And you don't have to go too far to find an organization right here in our backyard making a difference. And that's with Erin's Hope for Friends. Please welcome on the show Nicole Burroughs, the executive director over at Erin's. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks, Nicole, for being here. Now, please share me a little bit of the background story about how Erin's Hope for Friends came to be.
Absolutely. So the initial story is tragic. It's very sad. Erin Horst was a vibrant teenager. She was 17 years old. She was diagnosed with what is formerly called Asperger's, or formerly called high-functioning autism. Erin was basically a social, person, but she was quirky, as so many neuroatypical individuals are. And Erin was bullied. And ultimately, Erin chose to take her own life, and her parents obviously were devastated. And in that moment, after the event, they sat on the floor of her room and held hands and said, no parent is ever going to go through this again. No parent is ever going to lose a child to bullying because their child is different. And so out of that was born this legacy to Erin that opened the doors for all other autistic, teens and young adults to have a safe space to be themselves and make lasting friendships through our social program. And that's because of Erin and her light.
It's funny because as a mom to a child with autism, I kind of want to keep them in this bubble, Nicole, because I'm so afraid, especially around third, fourth grade, that's when kids start to really notice that other kids are different. And that's when it gets mean. And they don't always come home to tell us parents that something's going on because they just are in the moment. They're like, oh, it's like squirrel. And then that really starts to play on their psyche later down the road. I'm so glad that Erin's Hope for Friends is here. I understand you guys moved locations, right? Tell me about this move. A new location, brand new.
Yes, brand new. So we used to be located in Ackworth and in Alpharetta. Alpharetta was our flagship site. But due to COVID, the pandemic sure did give it to us a 1-2 hit there. We were unable to meet in person, and that meant we had to close our buildings. So here we are in 2023, and we just reopened our brand new space, and it is in Woodstock, just off of 575. So it's an easy shot in from 75 or 92 or 575. So you kind of get an all-access pass to our new space. It's kind of right in the middle. And that's been very exciting to welcome new members, people who didn't know about it before, and then bring back our friends from long ago. And we've been living virtually, so we do have a pretty robust virtual program as a result of that. And in addition, we're going to be opening a space in Lexington, Kentucky in the upcoming months as well.
Is that because Erin's family is from Kentucky? How did that work out?
Yes, so Erin was born in Lexington, and there is a strong network of family and friends who support the horse. And we felt that it was it was the most appropriate place. It was calling to us to be the next location. Obviously, we will continue to grow. I mean, we have virtual members all over the country, right? We have someone in Vancouver who belongs to our program, right? But with this, there was a calling to bring it home. And from there, we feel like we can really branch out. And ultimately, our vision is to be able to serve everybody who has a need for this program.
Fantastic. Erin Hope for Friends is now expanding in more locations than just here in Georgia. When we get back with Nicole Burroughs, we're going to dive deep into those virtual programs and the programs that are back IRL. Stay with me.
Hi, I'm Lear Gilmars. Thanks to our friends at
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. With me today, Nicole Burroughs, the executive director over at Erin's Hope for Friends. And with 2 locations now, or one coming in Lexington, we're concerned with the one here in Georgia. What kind of programs? You mentioned there's some IRL, you mentioned some virtually. Can you kind of dive deeper into what our families can expect?
Absolutely. So we offer programs from age 12 to 24, and soon we'll offer up to age 32. Obviously, they're in separate programs. So our teen program meets as a group. So we do large group interactions and also virtually. They come into this space, excuse me, they come into this space and they have options to play board games or video games. The goal is you're always participating and playing with somebody else or interacting with someone else. You can build Legos. You can sit in our reading corner and discuss a book. You can play in our kitchenette. I mean, it's a real kitchenette. So there's lots of options. And from there, we move into our young adults. Our young adult program goes up to age 24. And those members, we let them drive the bus quite a bit in the sense that they help us determine what activities they'd like to participate in. Obviously, they still love to do the activities that our team members do, but we also enjoy letting them go, for example, to Topgolf. We bring them in and we might do a movie night. We might be able to discuss a book with them in a book club that we couldn't with our younger members. We might bring in an activity that prepares them for a job interview. So we kind of like to pair all those things together, which leads me into our program, Ease Essentials. And Ease Essentials is available for all of our members, and it was launched through funds from Fulton County.
Okay.
And Fulton County helped us to create this program. This was actually started pre-COVID, and it's a life skills program that revolves around social interactions. So, for example, we might take our members out to lunch or dinner, and they have to be able to navigate having enough money, ordering, making sure they advocate for themselves, that they like their meal or they got what they asked for, make sure they have enough money for tip, and make sure that they can interact with the wait staff and communicate their needs in a positive way. And it's been incredible. Sometimes we bring in outside parties to help with that because we're not a therapy program. We're a social program, but we like to blend all of those together.
I love that. Now, that's for our young adults. And for the new members, you said you're going to have a group up to age 32. Will those kind of incorporate some of those programs, but then also what's new for those folks?
So for those folks, we want to look at, they're obviously going to still do activities in the club, but we're looking to make sure that that is a network for those individuals. Most of them may have jobs. And we would like for them to be able to come together on a more regular basis, have it a little more self-directed in terms of this group might meet for dinner. We're there to just help them navigate that and lead them down the right path, helping them to organize their activities. And of course, things like cooking classes would be wonderful for that age group, or grocery shopping. Like obviously they can all go to the store, but can we use our money in a wise way? And can we make something beyond just chicken fingers? We know that our members love a single type of food, so we want to help them to branch out maybe different ways to utilize those ingredients and expand their repertoire a little bit. And we also explore dating and relationships, work relationships, all of those kinds of things are in store.
It's funny, I have to tell a cute story. So I sent my son with $5 and my neighbor girl, who's 13, 14, and they walked down to Target. And what did my son bring home? He brought home a bag of candy and a Gatorade. So we know what's on someone's shopping list, where for us, so I love that you can incorporate some of that, like what you need to buy, how you need to kind of maintain lifestyles, and, from toiletries to food. You can't bring home the full bag of candy. It's not going to sustain you for a week.
Exactly. And it's been pretty eye-opening for a lot of our members and for us as staff, and even our volunteers who come in, they're like, oh yeah, you probably need to go this direction with that instead, which leads me into our volunteers. we would be nowhere without our volunteers, and we have opportunities for people. We're always looking for volunteers. They come in. We work with a couple different groups. The National Charity League and the Young Men's Service League. So we have moms and sons and moms and daughters come in. It's really cool because a lot of times our members meet somebody that they go to school with, and then they have a friend right there at school with them who they interacted with at the club. But if you want to volunteer, you can reach out to us at our website, erinshopeforfriends.org, or on social media, Erin's Hope for Friends on Facebook or Instagram. And or you can give us a call at 678-390-4812 to get an application, and it's just a background check. But we love our volunteers, and most of our volunteers say it's the most fun they've ever had volunteering, because it's not work. You get to go play.
Yeah, you get to have fun. When we get back with Nicole Burroughs, the executive director over at Erin's Hope for Friends, we're going to find out about the dates and the times and what we can expect and how to sign up for some of these programs. Stay with me.
I'm Lear Gillenwaters. Thanks for checking out this episode of Life with the Spectrum. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll always see the newest episodes when they come out.
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. Sitting with me today, Nicole Burroughs. She's the executive director over at Erin's Hope for Friends, a great foundation organization right here in our backyard up in Woodstock, catering to teens, young adults, and now furthering that young adult with a different kind of age group. So when do these programs and these meetups happen?
Absolutely. So we offer virtual programs throughout the week. It just depends on the day. So you can access that if you had a rough day, but you really need some interaction with someone, you can sign up for that. And right there in your living room, you can meet up with friends. And everything is led by our staff. So that's a really fun experience too. And you get to know them. Our in-person programs meet right now because we just reopened. We're meeting Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Our times can be found on the website. And once you go through your intake process, you'll basically interview. We interview all of our members. It's very short and it's very easy. We just want to get to know you and make sure this is something that you want to do, and not necessarily feeling pressured to do it. But we always ask our members, we say, just give it a shot and come in. And 9 times out of 10, they come back with a big smile on their face and say, this is great. So those programs are on the weekend. Moving later in the year, we will be open 5 days a week. And then by the end of the year, it will be a full week of options available. And we will do several small groups, specialized groups. So we might do a gaming night or a book club night, art projects, all kinds of things.
And is there a cost involved with Erin's Hope?
There is. So right now we have a nominal fee that individuals pay, but if there is some sort of financial restrictions, if you're having a hard time, we have a scholarship program, and it's just based on your income. You fill out a simple application. Nobody sees it except for our program director, and then we can waive the fee or reduce the fee. The reason that we don't do subscriptions is we want our members to, in the moment, be able to come to the program, to be able to sign up and not feel pressured from a parent perhaps who said, well, I paid for this, for
you
6 visits this month, you need to go. And that's not what we want. When our members come in, they come in on their own. Mom and dad have to stay out of the main area.
Good.
Mom and dad, we're in an area where there's so many great things to do. So it's respite for mom and dad too, or aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa, or, foster parents. My daughter is adopted. So we have to think of everybody, but it's a time for them to get away and know that their child is in a safe space where they are having a good time. We do ask our members to check their cell phones at the front so that they're not on their phones the whole time. But with that said, they have yes, they have complete access to their phones should they need to contact somebody. They just have to go out of the main space to use it so that it's not a distraction in there.
I love this new location, great new programs that service teens through young adults. When we get back with Erin's Hope for Friends, we're going to find out about how we can help raise money for this great organization. Stay with me. Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. Sitting with me today, the delightful Nicole Burroughs. You're the executive director over at Erin's Hope for Friends. And I know that you have a gala coming up at the end of the summer, right?
Yes.
What is that all about?
Yeah, so we're planning a gala. It's going to be late summer or early fall. We're just in the process of securing our date right now, but we have a great team who's going to put it together. With that said, when you build a new building, it's especially right now, it's very, very expensive. And so what we want to do with this fundraiser is bring funds back in directly to our program. The reason this building was so very important is that we believe in having a consistent and safe space for our members. We don't want to use somebody else's space. We want space for them to come to. It's reliable. So with that, we have to raise money. So we will be advertising. We'll be looking for sponsors. We'll be looking for attendees. So we'll put all that information up on our website. You can sign up for our newsletter as well to continue to receive information about that. And we hope that it's going to be a memorable evening for everyone, and it was going to make a big, big difference for our members because it's going to allow those funds to go right back into the programs.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that people can not only buy tickets to the gala, but then they can also make donations as far as like for silent auctions or live auctions or things like that, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll have a silent auction and we take all kinds of in-kind items. So if you own a business or you feel compelled to buy a pretty piece of jewelry and donate it, those items will go up for auction. And again, the proceeds of that will go right back into the organization. In addition to that, right now, we do have a fundraiser. It's Make an Impression on Ease Club, a masterpiece of a fundraiser. And that's where you can sponsor a ceiling tile or a group of tiles, and a local artist is going to paint them, and the donor's name will go on the tile. And you can also find that it's on our social media, so on Erin's Hope for Friends on Facebook. But if you want more information, again, you can reach out to us by phone, 678-390-4812.
And just out of curiosity, can people sponsor rooms at Erin's Hope for Friends? For example, like the Gina Cavalli Life with the Spectrum room? I'm just wondering.
Yes, they can. And actually, we currently have 2 walls that are available for murals. So to have a mural in your honor, it's $5,000, and we have 2 of those available at this point in time. So if somebody is interested in having a masterpiece on the wall, the next Sistine Chapel, but on a wall, we can make that happen.
It sounds like money well spent.
Yes.
Hey, Nicole, how can people find you guys once again?
So you can go to our website, erinshopeforfriends.org. We are in the process of revamping our website and our email. So if anything bounces back again, you can find us on social media. That's there to stay for a while. And that's Erin's Hope for Friends on Facebook and also on Instagram. So just reach out that way. If you can't get a hold of us that way for some strange reason or your internet is out, you can give us a call at 390-4812.
Really doing amazing work for our teens and our young adults. Nicole Burroughs, the executive director over at Erin's Hope for Friends. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And I'm looking forward to introducing more people to our program and bringing in some new members. So I hope that your audience will spread the word. And if they want to come check out our space, give us a call. They're welcome to come.
In a couple years, Lyric and I will come check out the space when he turns 12.
That sounds great. I'm excited for it.
Thanks so much, Nicole.
Thank you.
You know, you really don't have to look very far for more social opportunities for your tweens, teens, and young adults. Look at Erin's Hope for Friends. It's right here in our backyard in Woodstock now, and it's all over virtually. You know, more and more people are making and creating different events and social opportunities because every social opportunity counts. It's why I created Table Talk with Claire Dees. I mean, you can look for the next Table Talk event at gcast.com and get your young adult signed up. You know, thank you so much for checking into Life with the Spectrum. It truly is our goal to connect you and your family with resources and tools, organizations and foundations like Erin's Hope for Friends, you know, right here in the Metro, North, South, East, and West. If there's somebody that I need to be speaking to, please put it below or DM me. I'll reach out and get them booked on the show. Until next time, we live life with the Spectrum. See ya.
Bye.